All right, I think I'm live. I started to build a new little corner, hopefully some better lighting. Uh, wow, okay. It seems like every time I do this, I still get a little nervous. But yeah. Hi, I'm Amber. I used to teach cosmetology, but I dropped out of beauty school so I could be here on YouTube for you. So I'm going to start my new series where I am going to review my old Milady Standards books from 1999. And today we're going to start at the beginning. I should do, I guess, a little bit more of an introduction. I've been in cosmetology for over 20 years and taught for about 5. And now I'm just an independent stylist. I do traveling for weddings and events, mostly beyond hair coloring and cutting. Those are probably my specialties, I would say. Styling and makeup for sure are right up there with, yeah, some of my more requested services. Whew, sorry, getting a little nervous again. Anyways, so let's go to the introduction of my Milady Standard. Um, so the introduction just goes over the world of cosmetology, which I think I have done a really good job in my career, kind of dipping my toe into each different aspect of the industry because I knew I wanted to be an educator from probably before I was even in cosmetology because I used to want to be educator in maybe elementary school, and I decided that that was not for me. And so when I went into cosmetology, I knew when I realized there was an opportunity to become an educator within this field, I got really excited. And so one of the things my educator suggested to me was to really try everything so that way you have a good base knowledge when then you bring it back to your students. So the nice thing about cosmetology is this is something where you get to work with hair, skin, and nails. Unlike when you are an esthetician, you're working on the skin, doing facials and makeup maybe, and nail tech, you're doing nails only, pedicures and manicures. But if you're a nail tech, you might be able to get into a spa where they might want you to also do waxing. So if you don't have that skin certification, you can't do that. You just do nails. So I always suggest if anybody's interested in this field, you should definitely go for cosmetology, not just skin, not just nail tech. Not that you're just a nail tech. If that's really where your passion lies and you do not want to do anything else, that's wonderful. But give yourself all the options, always prepare yourself for lots of possibilities in life because you just never know where life is going to take you. And definitely having all of these options makes you way more marketable, especially in a spa setting where you're probably going to need to be able to do nails and maybe you do makeup mostly, but you need to be able to pin the hair up real quick for a bride or something. It's nice to be able to be flexible. So the next one is makeup artist that they're featuring here. And again, I would say there's so many different ways you can really decide to go with the makeup artist option. You can just do brides, you could do events, you could be in theater there, you could get into special effects makeup. There are so many different ways to do that, and I've been lucky to be able to dabble in a little bit of all of that, and it's always so much fun to me. And I'm hoping with my YouTube channel that might be something I can do more just to have fun within my talents and then also share them with you. Skincare and esthetician specialist. So again, if you have that cosmetology degree, you can always decide to be a makeup artist, specialize in that. You can be a skincare specialist, specialize in that. Just you have all those options available to you. So again, you can offer just those things, really specialize in, even like body treatments. You can even maybe end up in a med spa. I know some girls have done that, boys too, but I would say we're definitely a female industry, so I have to catch myself every now and then when I talk about my students as ladies or females. I have some wonderful male students too, and non-binary, all in between. I love them all. So whatever you are, you can be a cosmetologist. And that's the one wonderful thing I love about this industry as well, is I would say it's one of the most accepting industries for all different kinds because we love hair, we love makeup, we love expressing ourselves. So we really tend to be those types that are really passionate about others expressing themselves too. At least I am, and a lot of the people I work with, and that's why I love what I do. So, yeah, teaching people how to take care of their skin and giving services, that is that one. Let's move on. Oh, okay, so a cosmetic chemist. Now, this is actually something that I would say I haven't gotten a lot into. I really have enjoyed, really diving deep into the chemistry of a lot of things, but I would say that's probably something that you need to go to further college to really get into. You might be able to be more of like a consultant with a brand and help the chemists kind of come up with a formula, but to be an actual chemist, you probably need a degree. But that would be something I would love to do in the future, maybe be some sort of consultant, use all this knowledge to kind of help somebody make some really cool products. And over time, with technology, products in this industry have just been getting better and better. So it's always really exciting to see, how they can make it better for your hair, better for your skin, things that aren't going to be as harsh on you, like perms and such. They still stink, but they're not as bad. All right, the next option that they say you could do with this career is publishing. So this is something I am just kind of starting to dabble in, and I think at the time that this book was written, publishing was more about magazines and print work and books and such like that. But now we're in the digital age where that could be, all online. And now, as cosmetologists, when we are in school, that is a big part of the education, is learning how to brand yourself, take those photos, publish those photos, write that little description. Those are the kind of things that we actually, really encourage you to really hone those skills in. That is something that is actually not my forte. That's why, building this YouTube channel and my Facebook channel, is something new to me. I'm learning and growing as I'm kind of figuring it all out, with my lighting and my video and all this, and hopefully my audio will be even better. I've done some things in my little corner here to hopefully make it a little better this time. Uh, yeah, so sharing that with you guys and publishing this, hopefully I'm going to be doing better with that. But that is something we definitely need to know how to like brand ourselves. And, you could end up even writing, a manual like this someday. But I would say a lot of these things, again, are going to be digital manuals, digital. So the writing, if you're really into writing, you could get really good with those, descriptions and stuff. That is not my forte, but I think it could be really fun if that's something that you're interested in. All right, hair colorist is the next one. That is something that is awesome because you can do so much with it. You can literally just focus on hair coloring. I've seen stylists where they don't even cut. They have, a coworker that does most of the cutting. They do all the coloring. So you can hone in on very even specific things within each genre. Like skincare, you might end up just being a lash expert. That's a big field now. Lash and brows. You could be just lash and brows. Um, so there's lots of different things you could do within each subsection, which is really another reason why I love this industry as well, because you can really make it, what works for you and find your little niche, your little spot in this grand industry and really make it your own. And you find your people, you find, your coworkers. I've been working with the same people now for about about 16 years, I think, when I add it all up. They're amazing people. And, it takes time to really build your industry, build your clientele and find your little spot in the industry, find that home. Maybe you end up having a salon in your own home where you don't have to deal with coworkers because that's what works best for you and your clients. So that's the nice thing about this industry, is it is so flexible. So you can really hone in on being a hairstylist, just doing styles, doing coloring, whatever it is that you really love. You could really, direct your efforts there and really take a lot more. Oh my gosh, I'm saying really so many times. After you graduate, no matter what you decide to do, you're going to have to take more education to continue in this field. I would say most people feel like going to school gives you the bare minimum, just the basic knowledge. So then you can decide, okay, where do I really want to continue this education and really build those skills? So know that the school is the foundation for what you need to know to kind of get started. And then from there, you're going to build your expertise. Another option is becoming a salon owner. That's what I was kind of mentioning a minute ago about maybe you end up, just having a little spot in your house because that works best for you. I've never been a personal salon owner, as in I own a building and I have coworkers. I've been a salon manager, and I also am now an independent stylist where I rent my chair. So I'm kind of like my own business owner. And I've had assistants before. So that's kind of like, again, having an employee kind of. So I have a little bit of experience here and there, and especially just managing and working as an independent stylist. You learn a lot over the years on how to, brand yourself and marketing techniques and all these things. And yeah, I would say that's something, if you're definitely business savvy. I know some girls even go to business school on top of their cosmetology education so they can become a salon owner. I would say the salon owners that actually do hair tend to do better just because they understand the industry really well. But also, there's some great owners out there that they don't know nothing about hair, they just know business. And so that is also an option as well. But I definitely encourage, if you're interested in this field and business, that is something you can get into. So the other option they talk about is a retail specialist. So this would be something that if you are really into products and how they work and how you can find the right product for the right situation and help people solve problems, you might also want to work for a brand and really then teach others how these products work. So you become a specialist in everything about a certain brand and how it all works, and then you teach others. Competition champion. So this was something back in the day when I started this that was a real big thing. And I know there's still competitions out there. They are just definitely more internet based. It used to be something you'd have to travel to participate in, but now you can find a lot of stuff where you can enter your stuff right online where you don't have to travel. So I did participate in a few competitions, and that was so fun. I was able to get into like the top 5 into most of them that I participated in. And I think I did a handful, maybe 10 or so. And so that was really a very fun time in my career. I wish there was still, some more of that around. And I think kind of just coming on and showing my skills online is probably the best way to kind of fill that need to show off, I guess, is kind of the fun of doing competitions, really stretching your skills, really trying new things. Avant-garde was always what I loved, weird, crazy. That's why I love dressing up. That's why I love Halloween. You can do all that, very over the top kind of stuff, extreme. The next thing is educational specialist. So that is what I would consider myself now. And that is the last part in this book. So I'm going to tuck that away till the end of the video. So yeah, as an education specialist, I would say, again, you could work for a brand and really talk about the products, but you could also be a specialist in cutting or coloring. And again, working with a brand to teach that has been a really big part of the industry, I would say now, especially with YouTube and Facebook. Anybody can be an educator now, really. I have the education, certificate. I went to school for it. I learned some extra things about how to communicate more clearly and be very aware of how people learn. And I really enjoyed having that extra education. But I also believe that YouTube is a great place for information to really see, especially me. I am a white girl with very fine hair. And so I love working with textured hair. I love working with all sorts of people. So to really learn those skills, I went to YouTube, and not everybody I watched was a cosmetologist. They weren't a professional, but they had the type of hair that I wanted to work with, and they knew how to manage it. And I learned a lot that way. And I always I've always encouraged my clients also to use YouTube, because I've also found everybody has a different way of explaining things. And when you find that person that kind of speaks your educational language, instead of like a love language, they speak your educational language, then you get things so much clearer. So, I think that I try to frame things as clearly as I can and word things that make sense to the, variety of people. But that doesn't matter if you don't understand what I'm saying. There's a language barrier of sorts, or, maybe a cultural barrier. There's lots of words, that people use for different things that sometimes I don't even know what you're talking about. This new like wolf cut was a thing, and now there's a butterfly cut. And unless you're like up to snuff with all the trends, I have clients come in and ask for things, and you're like, okay, explain that to me. I'm sure I can do it. I need pictures, So yeah, you can be an educational specialist within this field, even if you're not professional cosmetologist, which is kind of cool. I have had different feelings about the fact that, you should have a license to work on the public. That is definitely something I think is very important for safety reasons. But as far as using your skills at home on yourself and then sharing it with the internet, I think that is wonderful. We all need different ways to learn and grow, and managing hair is something that can be a struggle for people, and going online to learn from different people is an amazing way to solve these problems. So yes, I encourage my clients, like, I can explain it this way, but you know what, if you're practicing at home, you're trying to curl your hair, and there's this girl on YouTube that explains it better, yeah, go watch her, and I love it. So yeah, I guess that's the end of that. Hopefully I can be an educational specialist for all of you guys here on YouTube and Facebook. And I hope to do this at least once a week. I am trying to be more consistent. I am trying to be more professional with my lighting and my setup here. And I'm also hopefully going to, just be more on top of everything, being more prepared even. I did review this little introduction, but I'm thinking that's just the kind of, I'm still getting used to being on camera. Honestly, it was like I got into it for a bit, and then I slowed down when I took a little break and took a little side hustle doing some fill-in lunch lady work at the kids' school, which was really fun. But just between that and being a mom and still working my cosmetology stylist job, yeah, it just was too much for a minute. So I took a break, and yes, I'm still getting used to this. So just reviewing this first chapter and kind of getting used to everything again. So hopefully a little introduction to me, a little introduction to my plan moving forward. And hopefully this will spark some good conversations. Please leave some comments below. Let me know, like it. Yeah, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, my theme song, I should sing that real quick because it's cute and I wrote it. So it goes, enter the stylist that likes to share. Here is Amber with knowledge and care. And if you like the vibe, like and subscribe. So yeah, thanks. And hope you guys all have a great day. And hopefully I'll be less nervous next time.